The gap between who you actually are right now and who you think you should be is the exact space where your desired reality is created. Many people live their entire lives trapped in a self-concept they never consciously chose for themselves. The definition they have of themselves was handed to them by their circumstances, by other people's expectations, by their failures throughout life. This identity weirdly feels familiar and comfortable, but keeps them locked in the same old patterns. But what if I told you that your self-concept isn't fixed? It's fluid, it's alive, it's constantly being written, whether you're conscious of it or not. Today we're going beyond theory. This is about implementation. You'll learn tools on how to consciously rewrite your self-concept and watch as your reality has no choice but to transform in response. Your identity really doesn't have anything to do with the labels and traits you've been given. It has everything to do with energy. The frequency you emit to the world determines what comes back to you. Yes, I know, this might seem mystical, but it's actually proven by science. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Not just physically, but energetically. What presence do you bring into a room? What field do you create around yourself on a daily basis? This matters far more than the story you tell yourself about who you are. Most approaches to changing self-image and self-concept fail because they stay at the level of thought. You repeat positive affirmations to yourself while your entire being, your posture, your tone, your subtle reactions, your automatic thoughts, they scream the opposite message. Your subconscious knows the truth about you, and it always wins. This cognitive dissonance creates internal resistance. Your conscious mind says, I am confident, while your body language, tone of voice, and nervous system still operate from a framework of doubt. This split attention dilutes your power and fragments your energy. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and something just shifts? You can just feel their energy, and if it's positive, you typically pay attention to that person, maybe even having the desire to speak to them. They haven't said a word, yet their presence speaks volumes. This isn't charisma in the conventional sense, it's energetic harmony. Their thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions are perfectly aligned. Nothing contradicts their self-image. So, their energy is pure. The ancient wisdom traditions understood this, the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, as within, so without, speaks directly to this phenomenon. Your inner world projects outward, organizing your physical reality according to its landscape. Reality operates like a mirror. It doesn't respond to what you say you want or who you claim to be in your head. It responds to what you put out there at the level of belief. The universe doesn't hear your words. Talk is cheap. It feels your frequencies. This is why people get stuck. They're waiting for reality to confirm their new identity before they fully embody it. But the sequence is actually reversed. Reality changes only after you've made the internal shift within yourself, not before. Consider how quantum physics reveals that observation affects the behavior of particles. Your consciousness, your way of observing yourself and the world, literally shapes what materializes in your experience. You're not just perceiving reality, you're participating in its creation. I hope you understand how much power that gives you. Don't let it go. Look at your current life conditions. They're a perfect reflection of your subconscious self-image. Not the one you present to others, but the one you hold in the quiet moments when no one is watching. Can you actually sit with yourself without stimulation and still be happy? This is a very important question to ask yourself. Another powerful question you can ask is, what would I have to believe about myself for my current reality to make perfect sense to me? The answer reveals the self-concept you've been operating from. So how do you actually rewrite this self-concept and improve your reality? First, understand that identity shifts happen through action, not just your thoughts. Your body needs to experience being this new version of you. You have to eliminate your old identity daily through micro habits and consistency. There is no easy way out, so get that out of your head now. What would the version of you who's already living your desired reality do right now? How would they speak? How would they move? What would they live and breathe? What decisions would they make? Think about this. Even when it feels foreign, especially when it feels foreign, you have to see it first. Just remember that every amazing achievement and wonder of the world was born in someone's head. Then it was physically morphed into reality. The brain is the central operator and creator of everything as we know it. You can leap from discomfort to transformation through consistent action that eliminates your old self-image. Every time you do what the old you would never do, you create an identity shift, a crack in the old programming. These identity changes are neurologically significant. Each new behavior can birth neural pathways, and with repetition, these pathways grow up and get stronger. This is neuroplasticity in action, your brain physically reorganizing to accommodate your new self-concept. Most people attempt change while still orienting from their current self-concept. They say, "I'll believe it when I see it." The transformed individual reverses this completely. They say, "I'll see it when I believe it." In essence, belief is everything. If you don't at least believe, it will not happen. This isn't delusion, it's causal understanding. The internal shift precedes the external manifestation of reality. Consider the quantum principle of superposition. Until observed, particles exist in all possible states simultaneously. Similarly, your potential identities exist in a field of possibility until you collapse the wave function through your conscious choices and consistent embodiment. Take out a journal and physically rewrite your story from the perspective of your future self. Include sensory details, what you see, feel, hear as this evolved version of yourself. This isn't fantasy. You're creating a template for your nervous system to follow. Your language patterns matter profoundly here. Notice how often you say, "I am trying to," or "I hope to become." These phrases subtly reinforce that you're not there yet, but understand this, you cannot have what you don't have. You can only have what you already have. This is why desperation deflects and self-sufficiency attracts. You don't need it, you already have it, so you attract it even more. Shift to embodiment language, like "I am," "I create," "I generate." This language rewires your perception. Then align your environment to match. Your physical space should reflect your future, not memorialize your past. The music you listen to, the content you consume, the people you surround yourself with, all should resonate with where you're going, not where you've been. Environment is more important than you realize, and some sacrifices might need to happen. But understand that's okay. Pay special attention to the feedback in your life. What metrics are you tracking? What are you celebrating? Most people only acknowledge evidence that confirms their old identity while filtering out signs of their new ones. Consciously track evidence of your new self-concept, no matter how subtle. Science shows that giving yourself a virtual pat on the back for progression creates positive reinforcement, essentially training your brain to understand, "Hey, this is a good thing, keep doing it." This isn't just psychological, it's spiritual. The truest version of you already exists within you. You're not becoming something new. You're remembering who you were before all the negativity and the fear and the conditioning. Before you started defining yourself by your wounds rather than your inner light. Your new identity must feel like home, not like a mask you're wearing. And if it feels like work, it won't stick. That's why embodiment practices like meditation, breathwork and movement are crucial. They create internal safety around your new way of being. The body holds wisdom the mind cannot access. When you engage in bodily practices, you're communicating directly with your subconscious mind through the language it understands best: sensation. This bypasses the critical barrier of your conscious mind and allows for deeper reprogramming. One powerful practice is to physically embody your future self for 5 minutes each morning. Stand, breathe, and move exactly as they would. Let their posture, their gaze, their rhythm of breath become yours. This isn't rehearsal, it's reality creation at the most fundamental level. Don't act, just be. Notice the resistance that arises as you step into your new self-concept. Resistance doesn't mean you're doing it wrong, it means you're disrupting old patterns. The discomfort is the feeling of neural pathways being rewired, of your energy field reorganizing itself, and your relationship with uncertainty must transform as well. The old you craves certainty and predictability. This is wired into every human brain, although the new you understands that uncertainty is the raw material of great possibility. Learn to stand in the creative void between who you were and who you're becoming. Remember, there is no arrival, no moment when you're suddenly and permanently transformed. You rewrite your self-concept daily with intention, through presence and action aligned with your highest vision and your highest self. The question isn't, who am I? It's, who am I choosing to be in this moment? And in this one? And this one? Your power lies in recognizing that your self-concept is a creative function, not a fixed reality. With every choice, every word, every breath, you're taking full control of your identity. And as you shift your self-concept at this fundamental level, reality has no choice but to reorganize around who you've become. Most people live their entire lives confined to an identity constructed from past wounds, cultural programming, and misinterpreted experiences. They wait for outside permission to become who they truly are. But freedom is an internal decision, not an external one. Remember that everything in nature transforms. The caterpillar doesn't gradually improve. It dissolves completely before reorganizing as a butterfly. True transformation often requires this willingness to move through dissolution before emergence. Embrace the moments when your old identity seems to be falling apart. They're actually doorways to your evolution. Don't wait for permission, don't wait for evidence. Step fully into the energy of your highest self now, and watch as the universe conspires to make your outer life match your inner truth. The choice is yours, and it always has been. This is Mind Odyssey. Thanks for watching, and circle back next week for a lesson on how your mental programming can create self-fulfilling prophecies. Stay tuned.